Julz of Life, and I'm here with Jasmine Ford. And today we are working on our second episode of Tools of Life by Julz of Life. And we're going to be talking about using the right tool for the right job. Specifically, we're going to be talking about knives. So stay tuned as we get ready for our pool day with some melon. So we're going to cut up a melon. Now, I can't remember. Have you ever cut up a melon? You've cut up a ton of things.
I probably cut one once, but it was a long time ago.
Okay, so a long time ago. So how old were you when we first started using knives? Like big knives?
Probably like 9.
Okay, so like 9 years old. I know a lot of people are really hesitant to let their kids use a sharp knife, and so they might give them a butter knife to cut something with. But what happens if you use a butter knife to cut something like a melon?
You could probably hurt yourself more because you can't cut through it as easily.
So if you can't cut through it as easily, what are you going to do?
You use more force and then if it all of a sudden goes, it'll like cut your finger.
Cut your finger. Okay. All right. So that's wrong tool for wrong job. So anyway, we taught this early so that way we could get some help in the kitchen. All right. So what's the first thing you want to do when you're going to cut up a melon? You've got to choose what?
The right knife.
The right knife. Okay. So what's the right knife for this job?
Probably say this one.
Probably something like that.
It's big enough, and then you can use it to make precise cuts too.
Groovy. So what are you going to do first?
Cut it in half.
Cut it in half. So slice that sucker. And I see you keeping your fingers out of the way, so why is that?
So you don't cut your
Because you like them. You like the fingers. You want to keep the fingers. All right, so then we're going to need a spoon to take out the middles. And we're composters for that, but right now just put it in this bowl and I'll dump it. All right, so what's next?
So then, are we going to cut it in half one more time, like this way?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's a good idea.
And then we cut it into the little slicey things.
Okay, so show the little slicey things. Where are you keeping your fingers?
Away.
Or keeping it stable. Another way to do it to keep it stable so it's not rocking is...
Are we turning it upside down now? Oh,
yeah,
like
there you go. Put it on a...
that
like
doesn't
that.
work. Really?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Give it a go.
All right.
So Jasmine did it on... she held on to the piece that was coming off, but holding on to the piece that's not coming off is also an idea that will keep you a little bit safer. Or like this, so she's in between, in the middle.
That's called bear claw. I learned about that in foods.
Bear clawing. There's a name for what that is. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Get your bear claw out.
It's hard.
All right. Beautiful. Okay, what's the next step?
Then don't we have to like cut it all out of the thing?
Cut the rind out. See, I'll show you. Not in your hand. Why not in your hand, am I saying?
Oh, so you don't cut your fingers off.
You can. That's how, seasoned mothers, grandmothers, and fathers and grandfathers do it.
And children who know what they're doing.
I know, but set it down. So filleting this is how my dad taught me. And then you bend the rind back. And that way you get this part in the boat and you go, yeah, 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 yeah. You have to make that noise too. So, and then you can put it in here. Beautiful. So you do one. So how did you feel the first time we had to use a bigger knife?
I felt kind of nervous, but also like trusted, which is a really good feeling. Kind of like empowered.
Oh, cool. So, would you go back to using a tiny little knife for this job?
No.
No? Why is that?
Because I know that this is way more efficient, and I'm confident that I'm able to use this type of knife to do the job.
Yeah, I see you're going slowly so that you don't, slip and hack off your hand. This is a good idea. She plays the piano, so those would be necessary digits. Yeah. All right, so how does this transfer to things you'll do later in life?
Let's see. When I first learn different ways of doing things, I'll probably use the most efficient one rather than the one that's the easiest, as long as I'm confident and I know that I can do it safely.
So what if you're not confident and you don't know how to do it safely?
Then I'll practice being very careful, but if I'm nervous, then I'll use the less efficient one as long as I'm still safe.
Got it. Or what if you don't know at all how to do it? What's your next step?
I'd probably just ask for help.
Yeah. When you're out in the world, Jazzer, how does using the right tool for the right job apply? Or how do you think it might apply as you get older and go on in the world?
Okay, so if I have an office job or something, I'm not going to write out everything. I'm probably going to use the computer because that's...
So like what would you use? Instead of this, I would use this. Give me an example.
Instead of writing out a huge table of like a document that I could easily put into an Excel spreadsheet or something or whatever is the newest technology when I get a job in an office, then I'll use the newer technology because it's obviously more efficient. So I wouldn't write it all out.
Right. Okay, so what about if you needed to dig a tree hole?
I wouldn't use a spoon.
Okay. And who did this? We're up to big melons next, so which is a different knife. So don't laugh at me. There we have our touch of inappropriate. Okay, so this is the knife that we would use for this. We're on to it next. So this is our Tools of Life by Julz of Life. Thank you to Jasmine for being a part of this. Now she gets her melon and she's far happier. So, and next time she can cut her melon by herself, which will be awesome. Thanks. See you next time.